Hello, guys. Hey, everybody. How's it going? Oh, just dropped my phone. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, it's a good Thursday for you guys out there. This is Brett with Anvil Music and Media, where we turn research into results that matter. Oh, we've had a busy week this week in terms of technology news. Got a few releases. Of course, iOS 18.1's come out. Yeah, it's exciting times. And in that, we also have rumors that are circling the internet about a possible purchase. And whether or not this purchase or acquisition happens, it's a pretty big deal. We have, have two major companies. You know, of course, one company I discuss and talk about on this channel. And Apple is that company. Well, in the news, it is rumored that Apple is possibly looking at purchasing or acquiring the company Intel. Now, I'll take you back a little bit for those of you that are not familiar with Intel. You should be. Intel is a huge company. It was very huge in the 90s and 2000s. They basically focused on computer chips, microprocessing chips, i.e. Intel chips. So Intel was very big in the 90s and 2000s, and they pretty much was the number one computer making chip. So as we know, computers have a chip that they have inside of them that processes information. It's like the brain, the CPU. It gives the computer power, basically, to process and to, we all know that. It's pretty much easy. So Intel, throughout the years, and here lately, it's been really bad on Intel. Like they have almost went bankrupt, which is like pretty major. Like if you can imagine being a number one company and not sort of keeping up with the times, where everybody's sort of other companies like NVIDIA, other companies just like sort of coming into the market and making their own name, and you're no longer the biggest and greatest company. So, you know, fast forward to today, it's been rumored that Apple is like swirling the waters, so to speak. And they're not just going to try to save this company, because Intel is just in a whirl of legal troubles. They've had other issues. They just haven't been the greatest company of late. I do frequent the stock market, and I'm actually a trader in the stock market, and I looked at Intel's price in the stock market. It wasn't the greatest. Like it really wasn't the greatest. So yeah, we got this huge company, Intel, who's in big trouble. Not just like legally, but their company's going down. And you also have Apple, who is looking at purchasing them. And I think this is kind of crazy, because I think we are sort of at a spot where all of these technology and computer and companies that supply us, you know, the products that we need to work with or work on, and such as computer, tablets, phones. Like this market is becoming so saturated. It's starting to, the companies are starting to overlap themselves. So if you could imagine for a minute, just a few years ago, maybe about 5 years ago, Apple introduced the M1 chip, and it was their own personal chip that they produced and made and patented for their own computers. Not just computers, but computers and tablets, iPads, all of that good stuff. This chip was Apple's, like it was Apple's own. So coincidentally, Apple used to release a computer with an Intel chip. Now, that's kind of how, I'm tying this video in to Apple and Intel. It was an Intel chip. Go figure. Which is, by the way, a PC chip. This is a chip that goes in like Windows computers. And Apple sort of wanted to get away from the Intel chip, Windows computers. So believe it or not, if you had an Apple computer or Apple laptop between the years of 2009 and 2019, it was actually an Intel-based computer. The newer computers of Apple, they're called silicone computers. So those are the ones with the M1 chip. So it's kind of interesting how that's why people can't go like, oh yeah, I'm 100% Apple. No, you're 100% wherever the parts are made that go into those computers from. So it ain't 100% Apple, nothing. That's just the reality of the situation. So now that Intel, the company, is like down, really down. They're really in a bad situation financially. Their sales have gone down. They basically had layoffs. It just hasn't been good, right? So, which is, that's the cycle of how this works, right? My question is, well, what would be a reason why Apple would sort of take over this company that was once a great company? Like, are we in a technology war or technology race war? Well, of course we are. With the introduction of AI and technology, we definitely are there. Like we're on the cusp of the next frontier, so to speak. And AI is the next frontier. Like, don't let anybody convince you of that otherwise, because it's the truth. And I don't know, and it's obviously a rumor, but I don't know why Apple would specifically focus on a chip company that they just actually parted ways with in terms of using their chip. Now they want to purchase them back. It's obviously to be an even bigger company. It's obviously to corner the market. The interesting thing about Intel, like I said before, it's a company that supplies chips for Windows-based computers. So let's go down the list of who uses Windows, who are Windows-based computers. Microsoft, obviously. Samsung. How about that? Bet you didn't know that. Samsung uses Intel chips and is an Intel-based, uses Intel-based chips. Now, I don't know about you, but that seems like that's a little bit, if Apple were to buy Intel, this would be sort of like a mixing of the market, an overlap in exchange. I'm quite convinced that there's something else that's going to be happening, and we probably will see a big acquisition. If it's not by Apple, it may be by Samsung. So there may be a market bid for Intel. In other words, both companies may be fighting for the purchase. And so we've got to see between now and the end of the year, you know, what happens. I mean, I think it's interesting. Like, you know, I think it's a very interesting thing that's going on. So you have this sort of mixing between Apple and Windows and Intel chips. And as a recap, Apple, you know, made their own M chip, which is Apple based. They got away from Intel, which was PC based, and now here they are looking at possibly purchasing the company that they just went away from. Yeah, it's definitely big news. There's a race, and I know AI is in the middle of this race, and it's all of these companies are trying to figure out, okay, what is the next move? What shall we do? I mean, not to mention, you know, this week has been a week of releases in terms of news releases. Apple has they recently released the news that they are actually also coming out with a new Mac Mini and the M4 chip. So now this new Mac Mini it's similar to the Mac Studio. I mean, a couple lives ago, like a couple lives that I did back, I talked about the M1 Studio and how it's a pretty powerful computer for those who do heavier production graphic work. So this Mac Mini, pretty small, but yeah, I mean, check it out, and you can Google it, the article, and it's pretty small, but that's going to be released, I think. It may be released by the end of the year. They're also coming. Apple is also coming out with the new Mac Pro. It's 14 inches. No, it's not. It's not. Let me say this. It's the Mac. It's the MacBook. Oh gosh, I forget the name of it. But it's a MacBook that's 14 inches, and the RAM on it is they upgraded it to 16 gigs of RAM versus 8. So basically, guys, you're basically getting a MacBook that with 8 gigs of free RAM. I mean, you're paying the same price. I think the starting price is like $1,500 for that. So all of that happened this week. So you know, I'm sort of excited to see what that looks like. But I haven't done a review of a MacBook in a while. My last review was probably like a year ago when I purchased my MacBook Pro, which, by the way, it's like a 2018. It was used. I mean, purchasing used is like that's my thing, and I don't like to get anything new. Of course, Apple products hold their value. So you're not going to get that much of a discount. I mean, I do my research online, like sites like eBay, and that's where I get my Apple products from. So yeah, it'll just be interesting to see a very busy week in news. Yeah, and I'm here. Actually, I wanted to come on a Thursday. I normally come on Friday. I still will be on tomorrow, my regular time of being live. But I thought that this update or this piece of news was important enough for me to come online and share it with you guys and just to kind of reason in my mind and my brain and to like wrap my head around the fact that for the first time probably ever, you know, Apple could be purchasing a Windows-based product. Now, Intel has historically supplied chips for both Apple and Microsoft. Apple purchases them. If Apple purchases Intel, it will be interesting to see how that. I mean, are they going to purchase Intel and then drive the prices up for companies like Samsung, who are in technology as well? I mean, they produce computers and TVs. I mean, Intel chips, I believe, are not just in computers. I think they're also, if I'm not saying this incorrectly, the chips may not be in TVs, but like the other software or the hardware that they use, because they don't just Intel just they just don't produce. They don't only produce chips, Intel chips. Yeah, so obviously this is quiet news. It's kind of sort of not really out there, but it's gonna be big for technology once it hits. If this does happen, ask me my opinion one way or the other. I don't think this is a upgrade for Apple if they do this, if they make this purchase. I just don't. I mean, it may be a lateral move, but I don't really know. I don't know how this is going to make Apple as a company better. I mean, it could. So the only reason I could see that this would put Apple back in the forefront of producing technology products is the fact that these chips hold the brain to AI technology. I'm gonna say that again. These chips are the chips that actually hold all of the processing for artificial intelligence. So that could be the reason. That could be very much so a reason why you would want to purchase a company like that. I don't know. We can go down in the list of history of companies that have saved other companies and acquired them. We see it quite often, probably almost too often. And the result of it is what it is. Like, it's not, you just, you know, because you have to think from a financial standpoint what the company, whoever is purchasing, whatever company is being purchased, what their finances look like, what their books look like, what their backlog is. You know, you're sort of taking on their liabilities from a financial standpoint. But I'm not like a financial person or whatever. So that's all I got on that. But business is business, and like we all know, it takes these companies have to be savvy in how they operate. So it's pretty big news, I think, or it's rumor, because the news is sort of a rumor. It's not like actual factual. It hasn't happened yet. So, but yeah, guys, let me know in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from. I see some comments. I'm gonna give some shout outs once I get to a stopping point, because I'm rolling. I'm on the road. So hope everybody's having a good day so far, wherever you are. Let me know where you're like I said, let me know where you're watching from. Some of you all are already started you're already well into your Thursday. I'm obviously, it's dark, so here in the US we are just beginning Thursday morning, and sort of getting started. So yeah, we'll see what the future holds. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, anything you'd like for me to talk about. This live for me has been like a sort of new venture. I've never been live. Normally my videos are processed. I normally edit my videos before you guys get to see them. They're edited, they're produced. So this is more like a vlog. It's my technology vlog, if you know, if you could call it that. And you know, yeah, just hang with me, stay with me. Most likely I will be back on Thursday, and so you guys can check. I mean, not Thursday, Friday. Today's Thursday. I'm saying the wrong thing, but you guys can check me out on tomorrow. Yeah, does anybody have any questions? I'm gonna pull and see. Let's see who we got here. Okay, so let's see. Send for to F. I'm not okay. Cool. He said cool. Oh yeah. Thanks for subscribing. Yeah, definitely subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Kaylin Johnson. Hey, how's it going? How are you? Where are you guys watching from? Snide 4 R2 FUI gig, but I love your vids. I will sub for more. Thanks. Yeah, please subscribe. Ryan the Rebel. Listen to Ryan the Rebel crush at 20. I don't know what that means. Yep. Let me know where you guys are watching from. And I go live. I say we go live. It's just me. I go live every Tuesday and Friday. This is Thursday. So yeah, this is not a normal time that I go live. Anybody have any comments on the news that we're seeing? Anybody have any? Is there any other news that's dropping? Yeah, this news, and it's sort of like, I love it when there's sort of a lot of things going on in the news and technology. And guys, like I know I talk about Apple products, but you know, I'm gonna get more into like other companies such as Google, NVIDIA. NVIDIA is a great company right now. NVIDIA is the new Intel. And I don't know if you guys remember back in the 90s, in the 2000s, if you were alive, you know, Intel would have those. They would have those commercials. I just remember the Intel commercials that came out. And Intel was a great company. Today it's struggling a little bit. So, you know, we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, let's see who else do we have up here? Yeah, it's dark. It's dark where I am. It'll be light in another 10 minutes. That's the funny thing about sunrise. Like in the morning times, it's like it's super dark, and then like before you know it, the sun comes out. So I'm sort of just waiting until the doors and stuff. Yep. And like I said, you know, go check out my channel. I have plenty of videos. I try to provide information. I've got some other things coming out. I've been working on a ebook for first-time buyers of Apple products, Apple computers, MacBooks, iMacs. It'll be a informational thing for those of you that have questions about how and what you should look for in purchasing an Apple computer, because there's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of marketing. Apple does an amazing job of marketing, and I think that's the reason why they're #1 in computers and technology. The way they market their product is sort of like it's second to none, because it's not what you sell, it's how you sell it. You know, it's how you deliver it to the consumer, to the it's how you deliver it to the those who are looking to purchase. So but yeah, that's what we got today. And so yeah, this ebook is gonna I'm hoping to have it released here in the next few months, probably 4 to 5 months. It's actually done. And of course, you know, with technology, like I'll probably have a version 1 to release, and then I'll upgrade it or update it throughout the year, and release the version 2. But I think it's gonna be good, because we all know that, like, there's so much. The market is saturated, and you're looking to purchase a computer, you know, iPhone, like whatever, like, good luck, because it's not the easiest thing, because they throw so much at you. And I just wish there would be a company that would focus on one product and do it well, right? You know, Apple used to do this, but they just have so many products now, like it's ridiculous. So yeah, that being said, guys, I'm gonna get off here. Hope everybody has a good day, and we'll see you soon. Bye.